right. Hello, my year sevens. So what I'm going to do this term for our remote learning is record all of my lesson PowerPoints, and hopefully you'll find it useful before you go on and do exercise questions for all our maths lessons. All right, so our topic that we're starting with in term 2 is percentages and best buys. And our first lesson is rounding decimals. And I know that you've all done rounding of decimals in term 1, but it's really important to have a good understanding before we move on to doing worded problems and questions based on best buys. So our goal for today's lesson is to be able to review goals and expectations of last term. And then we'll do a bit of revision on rounding numbers to a specified number of places. So if you can just copy down the goal in your books and rate your effort and knowledge, that'll be fantastic. All right, so you can pause the video anytime you like while you're writing information down in your notebooks. All right, for warm up, so you can choose any column to work on, so all, most, or some. And all you have to do is arrange the numbers from smallest to largest. So you pick any column and you try to arrange the numbers from smallest to largest. And please make sure you do that in your notebooks. You've got 5 minutes to do that. So you can pause the video here if you like. All right, now for APK, we've got a worded problem. You need to make sure you read the question carefully. We've been told that the cost of buying 6 Magnum ice creams has been given to us. And we've been told how much money we've given the shopkeeper. So we've given them 4 $2 coins. So you have to work out how much money that is in total. So if you work that out, that's $8. And based on that, you need to work out how much change is due. So exactly how much change are you expecting to get back? So you do 8 minus $7.96. So that would give you 4 cents. But then how much will you get back? So in a situation like that where you expected to get 4 cents back, obviously in Australia we don't have any 4-cent coins. So you round it up and you get 5 cents back. All right. So with all of these questions, before you see my working out, please make sure you pause the video and just give it a try yourselves before you see my working out to get the most out of these lessons. All right, so with these slides, I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but please make sure in your notebooks you really reflect on how well you think you did last term, what areas you can improve on. So just quickly reviewing our goals from last term and also creating new goals for this term. So please take your time. I would ideally want you to spend around 5 minutes doing your reflection and creating new goals. All right. Okay, so rounding, especially when it comes to rounding to a specific number of decimal places, a few students still do have trouble with that, and we want to make sure everyone has a really good understanding before we do best buys. So when you've got a question that says round to 1 or round to 2 decimal places, it's really important to pay attention to how many decimal places, because that is giving you information in regards to how many numbers you want after your decimal place. So in this case, it says, I want 1 number after my decimal place. And then you determine whether you have to round up or whether this number stays the same. So do I round up or does it stay the same? And to do that, I need to make sure I check this number here. So if this number is 4 or less, it stays the same. So here my answer is going to be 4.8 because that number 3 is less than 5 or 4 or less. In this situation here, again, same thing. I want only 1 number after my decimal place. And so therefore I look at the number after it. In this case, it's 8. And because it is 5 or more, I round up, so my answer is 7.3. So you practice all of these questions. I'll do one for 2 decimal places as well. Because it says 2 decimal places, I know I need 2 numbers after my decimal. So I look at this number here. And because it is 4 or less, my answer stays the same. In this case here, again, I want to round to 2 decimal places. I look at this number here. Because it's 5 or more, I round up, and that means that I add 1 to this number here. So make sure you practice all of these questions. And so what we're going to do this term is all of your coursework is going to be on delshlearning.com. I will provide each one of you with a class ID number that you have to enter, and you'll find all of your exercise questions on there. And if you have any trouble, please contact me on Microsoft Teams so I can take you through the steps so you know where to find your exercises. All right. Thank you.